This is Voluntas, my ultimate Iron Man. As an ultimate Iron Man, I cannot trade nor use a bank, but I decided to push my restrictions a little further and became a Slayer pure account. My Slayer level will not be going above 1. This locks off many items and other conveniences that Slayer provides. And what for? Jal-nib-rek, a pet received at a 1% chance from the inferno. One of the most difficult pieces of content in the game, a symbol of mastering the inferno. And for me, conquering it without Slayer. Now, this is right after I've gotten the enhanced seed, but I have something I really want to do now, and that is get my defense up for Inferno. The gauntlet was kind of a wake-up call as to what lower defense does. I was just taking so much more damage, and for Inferno, which is definitely more difficult, I'd really want higher defense. All that to say, I'm going back to Ammonite crabs. I want to clear up my inventory a little bit to make it easier to store more fossils and just make it lower effort. So I'm going to drop this stuff, but everything here that I'm dropping is about 5 mil, so kind of nice for the main. Alright, that's everything. I am actually going to need to death storage to get my dragon scimitar out. Well, one thing I will quickly do with some of these little runes I've gotten, as well as some of these runes, is I will put a battlefront teleport into my house. This is nice because I can just go here, which is close to Espori, which is a better loot storage system than Solera. What I'll also do is I will go to Prifdinus and I will set my spawn point here, as well as moving my house to Prifdinus, which is good because now whenever I die I can just visit my house. So if I die to Espori, I can go to my house, go to the battlefront teleport, and should make it much easier to death storage. Now I can just enter my home and go through battlefront teleport, and I'm pretty much here. And now I just reclaim from here. Alright, there, the looting bag is full. I want to quickly get just a cape slot item and an offhand, and then I should be just about ready. I can also put this money away. Alright, there's my setup. Now I just need to drop off my coins. It's pretty crazy now how I have 58 million GP when I was completely out before, but now deposit. There we go, and it deposits in thousands, so I'll probably just drop that. Alright, there we go. Now I just drop all these runes and should be good to go. Just set this to lock and auto tally it on. Been a while, but there's 90 defense, so that's going to be where I leave defense off. That should be a good enough level to end off at. I started at 75, so it's a pretty big increase. This episode's gonna be just a bunch of, well, cleaning. As an ultimate, it's kind of important to keep up a bit of cleanliness with your bag to make sure that you have enough inventory slots. And also there are some things like 90 defense that I haven't done and kind of needed to do. So that's one of the things out of the way. One thing I can do that was related to the defense grind is, since I have my Ring of Wealth, I automatically picked up Numalite because it's a currency, and you can use 20,000 Numalite to permanently unlock driftnet fishing, which I don't think I'll ever do, but I do have all this Numalite and permanent access sounds pretty good. So I guess I'll just unlock it now. First things first, or I suppose this is the third thing I'm doing, I collected a good amount of fossils during the 90 defense grind. You can store them here even on an ultimate, and now I will head to the Varrock Museum to clean them. First I need to get some elemental runes to teleport around with, or at least to get to Varrock. but I don't have any money. There we go. I'm gonna need to wear leather boots during this, so I'll just put my holy sandals in my treasure chest. So the best thing to do with fossils is fill out these displays. They give XP lamps that you can put in any skill you want, and as an ultimate, herblore is going to be the option for me. So I should get a bit of herblore XP after cleaning all these fossils, and then you just put them in the displays. I do need to get a cleaning kit though first. You take tools from here, and I need all of these tools on me. So I'll only be able to clean 13 fossils at a time. It's going to be a bit of a run, but it shouldn't be too bad overall. I do have a fair amount of fossils to clean. I probably don't need to clean all of them though. So I'll clean an inventory and see how it goes. With the small fossils, I'll actually put them in displays because I don't have that many left. And that way, once I'm done with all of these, I won't have to clean any of them. So I'll use these now, and 2000 herblore XP each. Pretty quick, 6000 XP. It looks like now I don't have any small fossil displays to finish, so I can stop identifying those fossils. I'm cutting the medium fossil cleaning a bit early. It looks like I might already have enough fossils to complete all the displays, so I'll try doing that. Yeah, there's that. And that as well. And 3500 XP per lamp, which gives me 72 herblore, which means I can make ranged potions, so it's not bad. And another lamp, and another one. It's decent XP, it's adding up. That appears to be all of the medium fossil displays done. I do need to be careful now because if I speak to the clerk for XP, I'll get Slayer XP, so that's another worry on this account. But now all these lamps give a bunch of XP. So now to clean large fossils. So now I'll clean a bunch of these. Now I should be able to make all the displays. Another lamp and another lamp. And these give 5000 XP. And I think that's all of the plant displays done. Now I believe this will be the final display to finish, the large display. And I believe that's everything. I have completed this, which means I've gotten all the XP I can. And this is another 20,000 XP in herblore. From all of that, I got 69,000 herblore XP. That is a large amount of herblore XP, but I still have fossils, and these aren't useless. I can use them back at the fossil island. Also, I should be able to use this gate now, which is pretty nice. It means I don't have to run all the way around to get here. Over here is where I use the fossils. By this fossil storage, which I use to store my fossils during the grind. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but essentially you need calcite and pyrophosphite, which I picked up from the ammonite crabs, and you can turn the fossil limbs or unidentified fossils into enriched bones, and then you can offer them for a pretty good amount of XP. The small fossils are worth 500, medium 1000, large 1500, and then rare is 2500. So it adds up to a fair amount of XP. I guess I'll add all I can. And now I need to poke these, and you can see the progress bar on the left. There we go. So now I can transfer the contents here and take them from here. Oh, have I messed up? Alright, lesson learned. Now I need to go to Spori. So I just need to die to Spori, and then I guess I won't reclaim my items because I need an empty inventory. At least my house is in Prifdinus, and I can get back here pretty easily. Well, now I should be good to pick everything up. There we go. Now, once you have all these bones, you head up to the house on the hill and use them on the strange machine. And you can see the XP going. As you can see, the XP drops are pretty big. And that's the first prayer level. So 30,000 XP from that. Now, it would be nice to have an empty inventory for this, but I would rather have all my items on me. Alright, there we go. That's everything. Alright, well, here we go. 59 and 60. Alright, and this will be all the rare and large fossils. And another level. 62 That's all my calcite and pyrophosphite used, and 170k XP. But I do want to use the rest of these, so I'm gonna need some more calcite and pyrophosphite, and I should be able to get some pretty easily. So to get the rest of the materials to use the bones, I need to access the volcanic mine, and for that I need to rebuild the museum camp. Everything in my inventory should be enough. I can also buy some things to restore the museum camp. At the actual camp, there's a general store there. Despite being an Ultimate Iron Man, I do need to repair this bank chest. And fossil cleaning station. Now I need to talk to an NPC over here, Peter. And 5 more fossils. Here's where I'll be able to buy calcite and pyrophosphite. I'll need about 42 of each, I believe. So here's why I kept Numalite. You need 30 per entrance. So there's an old Woox method to get easy points here. And that should have been it. Yeah, there we go. So 406 points already. I'll need about 6,000. So this doesn't seem too bad. This won't take very long, and at the end of it, I should have like 50k more per XP from all the fossils, so it's definitely worth it, considering how difficult per XP is to come by on the ultimate. There's 75 mining, and I need 2,000 more points. So now that is 6,000 points, and I can buy 42 of each of these. So that method was pretty easy. And now I'm gonna go restore my stats because I don't like being this low. And now back to the Fossil Island to use all this. So this should be enough if I use 6 at a time. Alright, looks like it will be enough, so that's pretty good. There's 63. There's 64 per. That should be the final level I get from these. I don't have too many more fossils left. And those are the final enriched bones. So from all the fossils I got from all of my melee training, I got 69,000 Herblore XP and 223,500 per XP. So that's some pretty good progress. So the next order of business is to do the easy and medium Varrock achievement diary tasks. I want to do them so I can teleport to the Grand Exchange, and that gives me a pretty close teleport to a spirit tree, which will be very useful coming up. I have pretty much all the requirements except for a quest, a Soul's Bane. There we go. That's the only quest I need to do for the Varrock diary. And the task is just to enter here, so there, that's done. I do want to do the tasks, but I have something I want to do before that. Whenever I need a new looting bag, like if I death pile or use one of the death storages, I always buy the looting bag from here, so I don't have to go into the wilderness and risk anything. It only costs 1 point, so it's not too bad, but I'm down to 11 points, and I'd rather have a bit more just in case I need to do something quick and can't worry about being out of points or anything. So I'll probably farm about maybe 20 points, 19. I think having 30 overall might be enough. I'll just farm some points in the LMS world. 31 points. So I should be good on looting bags for a little while. Maybe until the end of actually doing Inferno, but that's yet to be seen. Those are all of the easy tasks. Small error. I need to get a Slayer task from Vonica. Now, I don't get Slayer XP from that, but it does mean that if I were to kill that monster on accident, I would get Slayer XP. And I would rather not do that. This is going to lower my XP rate. Now I think my closest option is Arduin Cloak to Spirit Tree, which isn't that long, but it's definitely a bit longer. At the very least, with completing the easy tier, I get this lamp, which is another 2,500 XP in Herblore. That just means I'm one thing away from getting onto construction training. I'll get the rest of the lumberjack costume for construction training. Because you chop trees, you get quite a bit of XP, so having an outfit to gain a bit more is kind of nice. I want to go for 80 construction. This will give me some nice upgrades for the costume room, which will allow me to store more stuff. I should be able to also get some pretty nice teleports in my house, and with a +8 boost with a stew and a crystal saw, I will be able to make a master stash unit to store my bow of Fete in after I make it. So 80 construction should unlock a lot of convenience. There we go, that took a while. I just need to find this random event in temple trekking, and then the undead lumberjacks have a 1 in 4 chance to drop another piece of the set. And then once you get one piece, you can't get another, so you need to find the event again. And there we go. That is the full outfit. Well, now time to get my inventory ready. First, I'll take out quite a lot of money. I think 15 mil should be more than enough. And now I will buy some runes to teleport around with. I will just buy 1,000 of each rune, should be enough for now. And that should be pretty much all the prep. Now I can just go to Hespori to store my items so I can have an empty inventory. Now I need to make sure I only take the items I need. So teleport runes, I'm gonna need the cloak. I'm also gonna take these crystal shards because you get crystal shards for chopping teaks in Perfidness, so they'll stack up with this. That looks like everything. The rest of the stuff I need is in my house, and I'll need to buy some things from shops as well. Now I need to relocate my house to Hasidius so that I can get to the Mahogany Homes contracts over there. Also, I will get a plank sack. I'm gonna need to destroy this at the end of the training, but with going to 80, I feel like it's worth getting one. It's a decent chunk of XP. Second to finally, I will make some steel bars and have them stored here. And now I can hop to a blast furnace world. And now I'll take 3 of these. And here we go, Rune Axe. So now I should be ready for the grind. So the way it's gonna work is, for me, I'm gonna use my Ardoin cloak and run over to the spirit tree. From this, I'll head to Perfidness. And from here, I just head a little bit east. And here I will be able to chop down teak trees. And the sawmill is right here. So I'll just chop an inventory, turn into planks, put some in the plank sack, and then keep doing that until the plank sack and my inventory are full. And then I'll need to get a Mahogany Homes contract. Anyway, I'm gonna be here a little while. For 80 construction, it should be about 10 to 20 hours and 2 to 3 million GP. So the GP is really insignificant. I have like 55 mil in all and 14 in my inventory, so overall should be pretty good. Wait, what's that? Is that music? And there's 1 million construction XP. There's 80. Now, I do want to upgrade my house. However, there's something I need to do before that. I don't have the dig site pendant, so I need to go get that. And the way to get it is over here. You just take tools and take finds from here. And then you clean them. And it's a 1 in 51 for a clean necklace, which unlocks the dig site pendant. The reason I want to get this is because you can mount one in your house, so kind of want to do that. Oh, there's the clean necklace. I think I just use this here, and now I can make dig site pendants and mount one in my house. So now it's time to upgrade my house. So the first thing I need is actually to do this quest. Didn't realize I didn't have it done. So I will get the items to do this. There we go. Eyes of Gluffrey. I actually get some pretty good XP from that. 6,000 runecrafts, quite a lot. It gets me to 25 runecrafts. Oh, and also 1,600 total. But the reason I did this quest is for this, the crystal saw seed. The reason this is good is because here I can make the saw. And what it does is provide a +3 boost to anything in construction that uses a saw. So I can make anything at 80 through construction, and this stacks with other boosts. So I can boost +8 with a stew and +6 with a construction tea. So it is pretty good, and it's going to be really, really nice to help me build some extra things. Something I'm going to quickly do here is get some mahogany planks. Having access to this Prifddinas sawmill is very, very nice, and I can upgrade my costume room, which is obviously very, very nice for an ultimate. So I can upgrade this, which stores random event stuff. I can upgrade this a few times, as well as this, and this might be the most important thing, but I need tea to make it. I guess I'm gonna have to upgrade my kitchen, and this will cost a bit, but I need 5 gold leaves to upgrade some things in my house. I actually need 3 more gold leaves, and then I need some marble blocks as well. It is pretty expensive, but it should be very much worth it. I need to build this stove space, and now I take a kettle, teapot, and cup. Tea leaves, kettle on range, take the kettle, tea leaves on teapot, and then pot of tea on cup. So this gives a +3 boost, which I need to upgrade maybe one of the more important things, the treasure chest. I can upgrade it to mahogany, which now stores every tier of clue unique. So that'll be some free spots. Now this is going to be a bit complicated because I need to move some things around. So I want to build a superior garden and a portal nexus. I also want to build another really important room for an ultimate, an achievement gallery. The reason this is so good is because it has the jewelry box. I'll be able to build that eventually. Now I can build the portal nexus and I'll be able to upgrade it, but first I need to get some oak planks for this. And one thing I want to do quickly to have quick access to my house if I ever use a death storage is set it back to Prifddinas for 50k. And from here I want 4 more marble blocks and 5 limestone bricks. I can upgrade the portal nexus now, and one thing to note about this is it's really nice because you can just put a bunch of teleports in this, but it does cost 1,000 times the cost of the spell, as opposed to these more basic portal rooms, which are a little less convenient but cost 100 times the cost. But I'm at the point where I have a lot of money. If I ever need to put a teleport somewhere out, it's going to be in the portal nexus. And the cape rack's really nice too. I don't have a use for it yet, but eventually I can store things in it like the fire cape, infernal cape, and a bunch of max capes as well. So it's pretty nice. There's one more thing I want to build before I boost. So I can build this here. I can't upgrade it because I can't make stamina potions yet. My herb lore is not high enough, but at least this is the start. And it restores my spec. Now I think I'll go and reclaim my items because I need to do something maybe slightly dangerous now. As you'll be able to see, the reason this trimmed glory was also so nice to get is because it's an amulet I can store and take out whenever I want. And then I'll deposit these as well. The Gothic's armor isn't actually that good. I'll deposit it since I want crystal anyway with my bow of Ferdinand when I make it. So I won't be able to withdraw these, but at least they're stored. Now this is going to be a really nice upgrade. I can build a jewelry box. So I can grab some of my items that I want to bag and then teleport home. And instead of going from Edgeville for my Amulet of Glory, I can go straight to Ferox and just bag here, and I have the pool over there. So it's really nice to have that. I need to get some mushrooms because I want to build a fairy ring. It shouldn't be too hard. I should be able to just chop some mushrooms from Boss Island. I can just chop these for mushrooms. And I need 10 of them. My inventory is very crowded though. I think I'm going to need to note these, and then I'll have to unnote them quickly. So now I need to catch a bunch of rats and get some orange spice. I'll be able to do 5 stews at a time. Oh, +5. Build that outside of house. Am I gonna get this? Okay, I should get those spices off the ground. Well, I can try boosting here. Oh, I hope it doesn't take as long as it just took. Well, I built the stash unit, so whenever I make my bow of Ferdinand, I can store it there, but Now I have to get more stew boosts. Oh, I got it. Build fairy ring. Okay, and I also have the magic wardrobe to upgrade, but that only required a +4 boost, so wow, that took a while. At least I'm done with it now. Now my house is pretty much fully upgraded, and it should be really nice to have this fairy ring now. I don't need to go to the south graveyard to use a fairy ring. However, there is one more thing that I want to do, and it has to do with all these gems in my inventory. So first I'll alch the rune axe because I don't believe I'll need it, and then I will get a chisel. So here's my plan with the gems I got from the gauntlet. I have these 3 types of gems out of the bag, and I'm keeping sapphires kind of because of a strange reason. They're kind of useful to have in bulk if I ever wanted to make recoils or something like Zulrah. And at the end of this inferno grind, if I decide to finally unlock Slayer, then I could eventually get a Ring of Suffering, and it would be useful to have a lot of sapphires to be able to charge it. So just in case I'm not going to be cutting these sapphires, I will be cutting all of the other gems though. And starting out, I will be cutting these rubies, and the reason I'm cutting them here is because there's an item you get for giving cut rubies to one of these NPCs. What I want is a mounted dig site pendant in my house. It would be nice to just have that there so I can teleport to Fossil Island or wherever when I want to. So I need to give Curator Haig Holland rubies. I can just give them in little batches, so I'll be going back and forth and cutting them. And besides that, none of these gems are that useful to me. This should be pretty quick. Oh, I'll just be back soon. And this should be everything. There we go. Now I can head into build mode, and here we are. Mounted dig site pendant. Should be pretty nice if I ever need to head to Fossil Island. So that should be just about everything with construction. It's quite a big upgrade, and especially the fact that I was able to store my hard glue uniques in here and free up some inventory space. It's definitely going to be some pretty nice quality of life to have the jewelry box and the fairy ring here. Looking forward to use them. Now I want to get rid of these gems, and for that I want to free up a bit of inventory, and we can because I finished with the construction. So hammer and saw, and it's time to say goodbye to the plank sack. It served me well for about 1.2 million XP, and it's a very good item, but can't hold on to you forever. If I ever go for 99 on this account, I'll need to buy a new one, but I'm willing to pay that cost. Goodbye, plank sack. So for the gems, I'm going to head over here to cut them because this guy is a bank and a general store. So I can unnote and then cut the gems, and then I can trade and sell them. And the reason I have all 3 of the gems on me is I'll cut and sell an inventory of each of these gems, and then I'll probably hop. This should be a decent amount of crafting XP actually. Well, I did get a level 77, and I have quite a few more gems to cut as well. And that's another level, 78. The XP is pretty good, 150k an hour. And that is all of the gems cut, and about 1.5 million, I believe, from all of that. Oh, some decent money from that. And now I am down to just a few more things to do. But for the things I want to do, I need to get some things out of my looting bag. So I'll go get an air staff, some water runes, and then off to Spori. So now that my looting bag is reorganized, I have a few things to do. These are the 3 items that I need to deal with. I kind of forgot, but now that I've hit 80 construction, that's more than 77, which is needed to make elite stash units. And I was keeping this for an elite stash unit. There are actually 2, but I'll just make one of them. I need 2 pieces of red dragon leather. Alright, and here's where the stash is, so I don't have to hold that anymore. Now we have the battle staves and iron dart tips. So I'm gonna alch the battle staves because they alch for like 4k, so it's not too bad. And I'm gonna buy some feather packs to be able to make these iron dart tips into darts and get some XP. I need to buy quite a lot, so might take a little bit, but I mean, shouldn't be too long. And there are all the feathers. While I elk and make these darts, I have a few things I want to do. Originally, I was just planning on doing agility, but after catching some spices earlier, I realized I want to do the rat catcher's quest. My cat could become overgrown and then I wouldn't be able to catch rats with it, but if I do the rat catcher's quest, I can turn an overgrown cat into a cat that can catch spices. So pretty useful, and you can't do the quest with an overgrown cat, you have to have a normal one. So I figured I'd do this just in case before my cat turns into an overgrown one. While we're on the topic of cats, I do want to do one more thing that's not really that important, but might as well. I want to make a spice rack, and what it does is it's a place you can store spices. So if I ever come back here and collect a bunch of spices, I can just put them in the spice rack. So it's pretty nice. I need one of each spice in 4 doses to be able to make this and build the spice rack. So now I'll be able to store the spices I get from the future. I'm just about out of battle staves, but I have all these dart tips, and I want to do something while I fletch them. So now I'm gonna do some agility while I fletch these. These fletching levels are gonna come pretty quick. I mean, that's the first level already. There's 50, and there's 55. There's 56 fletching. There's 57 fletching. I think that's the final level. I'll have to see after all of these. And that is all of the dart tips made into darts. So I will drop these over, but first I want to get 5 more marks of grace to be able to buy 2 packs of emulace. And that's 72 agility. There's the last mark of grace and 200 emulace, so I'll just keep this in my looting bag right now. So that was pretty good. The main thing was 80 construction and upgrading my house. I'm glad to have gotten rid of quite a lot of items too. I've freed up some slots from the looting bag. It's still pretty full, but I think that's about it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Should be some pretty good progress. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next episode.